Hi, Terry Ann here with No More. It's a movement. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's topic of conversation will be anger. And what are we going to do about all these angry people in our communities, in our homes, in our societies, and all around us? Anger is a huge problem. And we see it every day. We turn on the news and it's about shootings, violence, crime. And these people, there's a lot going on with these individuals. And this is why we want to talk about anger. Now, because it's such a wide range and such a huge topic, I will be doing more than one segment about anger. This segment will be just talking about the definition. I'll be giving you some information based on research that I've done. The link will be below, and you can follow, you can click the link and see more information for your own use. The second segment is going to be about actual interviews that I've done, not face to face. A lot of people did not want to go on camera, so it'll be verbal interviews, and I will be giving you a lot of information, just a wide range of individuals, from millennials to more mature individuals, on their views in anger. I had 4 different questions that I was asking, and I thought they were pertinent to society and what's happening in society. So hopefully you'll find it interesting as I did, because, for me to ask the same question across the board and get so many different answers, it was just amazing. So we're going to start with anger. And if you see my eyes reverting back and forth, I have notes all around my laptop so that I'm not completely distracted. So I'm going to be reading off my notes, basically the information that I have found from my research and that you can find once you click the link after the video is over. So anger, the definition of anger is an emotion characterized by active hostility or opposition towards something or someone that you felt deliberately did something wrong to you. So, I'm going to get this person back because they did this to me. And so we're angry about it. Now, anger is a normal emotion, just like joy, just like sadness, just like frustration, just like excitement. It's normal. And anger can fuel us when it's positive, when it's healthy, into doing a lot of healthy and positive things. Anger can motivate us to change our diet. Anger can motivate us to start working out. Anger can motivate us to start, changing our profession, our career, because we're not happy. And we get angry at ourselves, angry at other people for how they treat us. However, healthy anger, we have a tendency to do something about that. We don't bottle it up and keep it in. So as we go on in this video, you'll hear some research that I've done and different ways that people deal with their anger, some solutions that we can use to help with anger. So I've researched anger and aggression by the American Psychological Association, and to what they're saying, anger is completely normal. It is usually a healthy emotion, but when it gets out of control, when it becomes destructive. We have problems in school, we have problems at work, we have problems in our relationships, problems in our homes. So being that we get so angry, we can exhibit so many unhealthy and destructive behaviors, mainly to the people around us and to others too, because we see these mass shootings. They're not coming from just, average individuals that get angry and want to talk about it and move on. These are excessive situations where people are angry and they've internalized it, and now they're lashing out very, very violently. So those are the individuals we want to help. Those are the individuals that need the help. That excessive anger, it makes you feel out of control. You don't have control over these emotions. You don't have control over your thoughts and the things that you want to do. And that's the way you feel. You feel out of control. You feel powerless to this raging emotion that's going through you. And then it elicits, really crazy thoughts and, disturbing thoughts. We want to address those issues and find out, what's going on before you get to that point. Um, there were a couple of books that are on this website, the American Psychological Association, and they had quite a number of books on anger and how to help control your anger. I chose two particular books because I just didn't have time to go through all of them. But these two books that I found were very, very helpful. When you click the link, you could review all the other books that they have there as well. The first book is The Forgiving Life. And I thought that that was important because one of the main things with anger is our lack of forgiveness. We don't forgive the people that hurt us. We don't forgive ourselves because sometimes we do blame ourselves for the things that have happened to us. Maybe we were the cause of it, but we were not. You know, you are not the cause of your situation growing up, wherever your anger comes from. So depending on the situation, depending on the nature of where your anger comes from, you know, we tend to blame ourselves. So they're talking about forgiving those in your life who have wronged you. They talk about confronting the pain, and that is huge because a lot of us, we don't confront the pain. We just keep moving on and moving on and burying it and burying it and pretending it doesn't exist. However, it is very critical. It is almost imperative that we start to confront the issue of our pain, the issues of our anger, and we get to the root of it, the bottom of why we are so angry. Also, they talk about loosening the grip on depression, anger, and resentment. We develop resentment towards the person or persons that have violated us, that we feel had deliberately wronged us. And so they go on to talk about just rising above that anger, you know, and forgiving yourself, forgiving the person. And when you forgive the person, please understand you're not forgiving that person for them. You're forgiving that person for you so that you can move on to living a better, healthier life, so that your emotions can be freed and you don't have to stay bottled up and continuously thinking about and processing that emotion and the reason why you have that negative emotion, being the anger. The second book that they have are strategies for controlling anger. And first, they talk about understanding the anger. And this is what we said before, just finding out where it comes from. What is the root of the anger? Where does it come from? And we want to know why we dwell on it. You know, why are we thinking about this situation so much? Because we do dwell on situations and it fuels the anger. It makes it, you know, this person, we think of so many different scenarios in our minds. It's like when we become angry and we stay angry, we tend to think irrational. We tend to behave more irrational because we are not in a calm place mentally and emotionally. And a lot of the times, once we're angry, we react based on that anger, hence the violence that we see in our society today. So one of the ways that we can do that, we don't want to dwell on those thoughts. We don't want to dwell on the situation that just keeps fueling the anger and fueling the anger. And it may seem like it's comforting, but it's not. It's really very damaging. They also talk about keeping your feelings bottled up. So you're dwelling on it and then you're keeping it inside. You're keeping it inside. You're not talking about it to anyone. You're not sharing this information. You're not expelling this in energy in any way, shape, or form. And that's where the danger comes in because you bottle it up, you're dwelling on it, and then you keep thinking about it, keep thinking about it. And next it's like, boom, there it is. It blows up. And you're doing something completely irrational, completely something that you probably, if you were in a more calm state of mind, you probably would never think to do. So they have research that shows that severe aggressive anger, it leads to health issues as well. You know, heart disease, stress, insomnia. It leads to drug and alcohol abuse, to headaches. You know, if you're experiencing intense headaches, it could be stress related. You know, you're angry inside, and you may not necessarily feel like you're angry inside, but when you're thinking about it, you're thinking about all the different things and all the different ways people have done you wrong, and this person has done you wrong. And then you're thinking about, how can you get back at that person and, get revenge on that person. And that's when the negative energy begins to build and build and build. So according to the American Psychological Association, they have strategies. This book, Strategies for Controlling Anger, they also have different strategies that we can use to help deal with our anger. So first thing they say is check yourself. Recognize when you are getting to that level from 0 to 100. And we know some of us could get there really quickly. And that is the most important part of recognizing and checking yourself, is knowing, okay, this situation is just not going to end well for me. So let me remove myself. And that's what they say. Just walk away. Leave. Don't even engage in that situation. Don't even engage in the conversation. We know that there are individuals out there that can really try to push your button, that can really get you there. Remove yourself from there. Do not engage. You know that it's not going to end well. You know your temper. You do not. A lot of us that have anger issues, we know we have anger issues. We don't know what to do about it. We just figure, well, this is me. This is just how I am. But no, there are strategies that you can take, and this is what I'm sharing with you, that can help you find alternate ways of dealing with your anger. So you can work out. You can walk. You can meditate. Find a Zen place. You can listen to music. I like to journal a lot. I like to write. And, all my life, I've always liked to write. And I find it helps a lot when you want to get your emotions out and just say things. Even if you want to, write a letter to somebody and just tell them everything that you want to say in that letter. But it really helps. And so we really have to try to start implementing a lot of these strategies into our everyday life, so that we do not get to that place where our emotions can take control of us. The second strategy is don't dwell on the situation. Don't dwell on it. Especially if you've already talked about it and you've come to a resolution, just leave it alone. If you haven't come to a conclusion, if you haven't spoken about it, don't talk about it until everybody's calm, everybody's more rational, and we're able to have that discussion. If things start to escalate again, remove yourself. Sometimes some situations you just have to leave alone, because maybe the person that you're in confrontation with is just not at that place, is not where you are. You're ready to say no more and you want to do better, but they're not. So if you listen to my other video on change, part of the thing that I talked about was removing yourself from people that are not like-minded. You want to put yourself in a place where you have people and you're surrounded by people who are like-minded, surrounded by people who are calm, people who are positive, who exhibit positive energy, because you want to do better and you feed well off of people that are doing well in their lives. So just remove yourself from that. Don't dwell on it. Don't let it go. Let it go. People, let it go. Some of us don't like to let stuff go. We like to keep going and going and going, and that only fuels the situation. Some of us are some real fire starters out there, and you need to know yourself and recognize that. You cannot extinguish fire with fire, aka you can't put out fire with fire. You have to put out fire with water. So somebody has to be the calmer person in the situation. Somebody has to be the more rational person in the situation, so that we can come to a resolution and be done with it. The last thing they talk about is change your way of thinking. So back to my video about change. You want to change your thought process because you want to incorporate, they call it cognitive reconstruction, which means you want to replace those negative thoughts and negative images with more positive thoughts and positive images in your life. And so you want to start saying, what can I do to make the situation better? What can I say to help make this person or this situation calm down? Those are some of the strategies that you can use. There are more. Like I said, I will post the link below so that you can click on it and find some more information. If you are a person that is struggling with your anger, you're struggling with whatever negative behaviors that you are exhibiting and you don't like it, you don't like yourself very much right now because of just some of the behaviors that you have, please, that is why No More is here. We are here to help each and every one of you change your unhealthy, unproductive behaviors into more healthy, productive behaviors. Please contact us. Email us at nomoreitsamovement@gmail.com. And when I say email us, because I'm not going to put our number just out there just like that. Once you email us, we will definitely contact you and we will be able to connect with you on a more personal level. So please email us. You can subscribe below because the next version of this video will be the interviews. Follow us on Instagram at No More It's a Movement 728. Follow us on Facebook at No More It's a Movement. And you can definitely subscribe here and follow us. Please, we are here to help. It is time for all of us to say no more to our negative, unhealthy, and unproductive behaviors and more to healthy, productive behaviors. We want safer homes, safer schools, and safer communities. So please say no more. Peace and blessings. Thank you for watching.